We are. Awesome. Cool. Well, obviously, guys, I'm driving, so I apologize for the road noise. It's just part of it. We cannot wait until we have the perfect set of circumstances to start sharing our message, to start living our dreams, to go for what we want. If we wait until the conditions are perfect, we will never get very far. We'll always have an excuse. We'll always have a reason to hold ourselves back. So that's one thing that I didn't include in these 3 worst habits for men and how to overcome them is this habit of procrastination. We're going to be talking about a lot of P's in this video. So procrastination is one killer for sure. It's not one that I had planned on talking about, but again, this is totally off the cuff. This is just me sharing some of my thoughts and some of the realizations that I've had over the years that I've been putting into practice. And guys, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm not only going to talk about the habits, right? But I'm going to talk about these 3 qualities that we can develop that are like beyond those habits, break those habits, and start to develop ourselves as the men that we want to be. But I'm going to share a lot of really in-depth, powerful, there's another P, information on this video, and my aim is for you to not just take it in, not just hear it, not just listen to it and then go back to your everyday, but to actually use it, to do something with it, to make some changes in your life. And then I want you to reach out to me, put a comment below, send me a message, email me something, let me know how this video has affected you and what changes you've been able to make, because it's really important. If we do that, if I hold you accountable to that, then you're actually going to do something, which is more than 99% of the people that watch these videos. They just take it in, they listen, it makes them feel good, it makes them think like they're actually doing something, but really they're not doing anything. They're just consuming information. So if we just consume, it's just like pouring water into a bucket that's full of holes. We fill it, doesn't matter how much we pour in, it's just going to leak out the bottom and nothing's going to change. But if you actually hold yourself accountable, do something with this information, and then message me, write something, share it. Even if you just share it with somebody else, talk about what you've been doing and how it's affected you, that's going to make a difference. It's actually going to move the needle somewhere in your life. So without further ado, let's get to these 3 worst habits. Number 1, pornography. This is incredibly debilitating for men. Number 1, there's so many things. I can't talk about all of them. It would take, that's just for an entire video in and of itself, but I want to mention a few things. Okay, so number 1, it will suck your testosterone, it will drain your energy. There's a major refractory period. When you look at porn and you jerk off to porn, excuse my French, this is going to be probably some vulgarity here. I apologize if this offends you, just shut it off. If you have kids watching, they should probably not hear this. So it's going to debilitate your energy. It sucks your sense of masculine power right out. You just shoot it all out, and then you got nothing to put into your vision, your goals, your dreams, your relationship. If you are in a relationship and you're jerking it to porn, that's a massive killer. You're not going to have attraction for your girl. When you're with her, you're going to be thinking about these images in your head. You're going to be constantly comparing. And so you're not present. You're not able to actually feel your body when we're running images in our minds and seeing the women that we were masturbating to previously in our heads instead of actually being present, there's another P, with the woman that we are with in the moment. This is a relationship killer. It's a connection killer. It's an intimacy killer. So for these reasons and a couple more, the second one I want to get into is that it really objectifies women in an incredibly negative way. It makes them look like property. Here's another P. Instead of actually human beings, instead of actually spiritual beings that have something more to offer than just their bodies, than just their looks. Bodies and looks are great. Women should take care of their bodies. They should, I think, my opinions here, opinions, another P. I think that people should take pride in their appearance, not just let themselves go to shit, by engaging in other nasty habits, not giving a shit about how you look or how you present, another P, to the world. Dressing sloppy, looking sloppy, letting your body go sloppy, not taking care of yourself. All of these things are pathetic, if you ask me. And we shouldn't definitely make excuses about these things and like blame our genetics or our past as another P, because none of those things matter. What you do today, you are responsible for the way that you appear in this moment and how you present yourself to the world. So aside from that though, we don't want to just see people as objects, right? As something material that I want to acquire, an object that I can have, because this dehumanizes them, right? And they're going to feel that. They're going to feel like less than, and or they're going to just constantly be seeking validation and trying to control people. It reinforces this ability that women develop oftentimes, which is the capacity to control a lot of men, not all of them, but a lot of men can be controlled and manipulated by their sexual prowess and energy. And so if you find yourself as a man easily manipulatable, I can relate to all this stuff, guys. I'm not speaking out my ass. It's all from my past experience. If you find yourself easily manipulatable by women sexually, this is a problem, another P. It's a major problem. And so as long as you're wanking it to porn, you're gonna find yourself more and more subject to this type of manipulation. If you ever do find yourself managing to get into a good relationship, you're gonna fuck it up. You know, you're gonna lose everything that you gain with this type of habit. So, porn, get rid of it, stop it. It's not even a moral issue, although it's definitely a moral issue as well. But I'm not even getting into the spiritual aspect of it. Again, I could go on and on and on just about this one topic alone. But just on the practical, physical sides, it's not good. It's very, very debilitating. Stop. Do not do it. Number 2, dating apps. Get off the dating apps. They are incredible time suck. You are wasting your time. You're wasting your money. You're going out and seeking. You're constantly getting that validation, that dopamine hit, that cheap dopamine. Ooh, did I get a message? Ooh, 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 ooh. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Now, I'm sure there's going to be exceptions to this rule. I know sometimes people will find the perfect mate for themselves, but this is incredibly rare, and it's definitely not something you want to gamble on. It's like taking all of your savings and just playing the lottery with it, because there is that rare chance that maybe you'll hit it. But if we bet on things that have an incredibly low possibility of working out for us, this is not good, right? We're going to lose what we have. We're going to waste our time. We'll eventually find ourselves broke. And, you know, what have we gained from this? We got a few moments of excitement. We got to feel like we were validated because somebody swiped on us. It's like, get your validation from inside. Get your validation from what you actually do and create in this life, from living your purpose. And that's another P we're going to get into after I talk about these habits. So, dating apps. Guys, get off the dating apps. What are you doing? Really think about it. Why are you on there? Probably because you are afraid to be alone, right? It's a big one. I don't want to be alone, so I'm going to go and search and see if I can shop around and find a woman. Again, incredible waste of time. And it puts me in this mindset of like, again, it's like, it's objectification of women. Like I just swipe. Nothing that I can see in that moment is going to tell me whether or not this person is really a good fit. But if I connect with somebody in person, I can actually feel their energy. I can feel someone's energy when I'm in proximity to them. Here's another P for you. When I'm in close proximity with someone, when I'm speaking with someone, not in a Zoom, not on a FaceTime. I mean, yeah, you can get a little bit better approximation of who they are as a person, but it's nowhere near what you can get from being in personal space with somebody. Nowhere near, not close. I have friends sometimes try to argue this point with me. Well, I can get a sense of this person by having a FaceTime with them. And these are the same people that haven't had a solid relationship in years, or maybe ever. And they're constantly, like every time I talk to them, they're like, oh man, I'm still trying the dating thing, not working out for me. So no, you can't. You're gonna waste time. You're gonna be attracting the wrong type of people, people who are not good fits for you. And again, guys, I'm really only speaking to a certain type of men right now. I'm not speaking to all men, because a lot of men are just gonna disagree with me, and they're just and maybe they're right, because who they are and who they want to be is not the person that I am trying to reach with my videos, with my message, with my organization, with my teachings. I don't care. If this doesn't resonate with you, then whatever, X this video out, unsubscribe, give me a thumbs down. I don't give a shit what you do, because I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to men to whom this connects with, to whom this, it maybe irritates you to hear these words, because you know that it's true. And maybe part of your mind is just searching for reasons to argue with me, but that's just your mind throwing up smoke screens, because it doesn't want to admit that the way you've been living is not in accordance with who you are as a man, with who you're born to be, with who you're destined to be, who is great. Greatness is inside of you, and that's what I'm trying to call forth with this message. Get off the dating apps, delete them. Start developing confidence and the certainty that, when you are ready, the woman will appear in your life. When you are ready, the woman will appear. She's not going to appear because you've searched the globe looking for her. She will appear because you have become the type of man that she finds irresistible. Number 3, pills. First of all, I'm going to caveat this. I am not a medical doctor. I have no business, according to our society, giving medical advice. However, this is a public forum, and I am perfectly legally entitled to share my opinions on the matter. And so I'm not speaking to someone who is dealing with incredible psychological issues. I'm dealing with people who are dealing with anxiety, depression, mild depression, maybe things like this, bipolar, maybe they've been diagnosed as things like this. If you're taking pills to cover up these problems because you've been told that this is the way to treat them, I highly encourage you to get off of them. And this might take time. It's an individual process. But I can tell you this, if you're taking psychotropic pharmaceuticals in order to manage your emotions, you are doing yourself an incredible disservice, and you will never, ever develop emotional stability. You cannot regulate emotional stability by imposing circumstances by taking substances into your body. You cannot do it. I've tried. You can't do it. You will fail. It's not possible, because what you're doing is you're trying to force a result by taking a foreign object, a foreign substance into your body that messes with your whole chemistry. What it actually does is it numbs you. It doesn't regulate you. It prevents you. Here's another P. It prevents you from actually experiencing your emotions. And if you don't experience your emotions, there's no way that you can transform them, release them, and stabilize them. You cannot do it. And you will forever be a slave to these things. That's what the pharmaceutical companies want. That ensures that they stay in business forever and can make massive profits off of you. Another P. They profit from your demise, from your weakness. They profit. So they are heavily invested in this idea of enslavement through pharmaceutical use. And again, this is just, it saddens me to see how weak people become through these practices. So, make it a point to develop emotional stability. There's many, many ways that you can develop this. It's not easy. It's not the easier way in terms of what you have to do and what you have to work at, and what you have to develop and become as a man in order to overcome these things. The easy way is to just put the blinders on, bury your head in the sand, and just, live your life like you just want to numb out and have the easiest ride you possibly can until you meet your grave. But that's a disgusting way to live, if you ask me. It's a pathetic waste of a human life. So it's going to take work. You're going to have to learn, emotional releasing. You're going to have to learn maybe Qigong, Tai Chi. These are incredible practices to develop emotional stability and strength. But there are many. There are infinite numbers. If you're interested, a simple Google search will point you at some things to try, and just try a number of things. Try until you start to get results. When you get results from a process that you find, Psyche, that's another one, incredible at regulating the emotions, at developing stability, and also many other things like developing who you are as a person, reaching your goals, enhancing your spiritual life, creating greater connection with the divine. Sedona Method is another one. But there are numerous ones. Those are just my favorites, the ones that I've found in my 20-year search to be the best. Meditation is another one also. But meditation is a dubious subject. I don't even want to get into that right now because there's so much bad information about meditation. There's so many people talking about meditation that don't even know what meditation is. And they're spreading lies. So I'm not even going to get into that one. That's for another video. But, so I've talked about the 3 major killers of the modern man. Porn, pills, and dating sites. I didn't know, I had a word for that started with a P, but I didn't want to be crude. And that was maybe also dehumanizing, so I didn't want to use that word either because it's not appropriate to look at women like that. But when you're looking on dating sites, let's face it, that is how you're viewing women, property, we could say. Now, as promised, I told you that I would reveal 3 qualities that are immensely potent at overcoming those negative habits and also at creating you into being the man that you were born to be, at having the life that you want to have, by being proud to look in the mirror and say, this guy right here, he is a man that I am proud to know. I've seen his journey. I've known how far he's come. I've known his battles, his struggles, everything he's been through, all the challenges, everything he's overcome, everything he's had to face, all the mistakes that he's made, all the harm that he's done to himself and others, but he transformed. He turned his life around. And I am proud to know this man. 3 things that I've found indispensable, incredibly encouraging, bolstering, and empowering on this path are dialing in these 3 P's instead. They are practices. Number 1, practice. Practice. What are your daily practices that support you in moving toward the goals that you have, to the vision that you have, to living your purpose, and to becoming the man you were born to be, for yourself, for your world, for your woman, for your family, for your community, for everything and everyone. Most importantly, God and yourself. Practices. What practices are you developing that support this? Practice is number 1 in my book. Every day, practice, practice, practice. Make it the first thing you do in the morning. If you do this, you will never regret it. You will make massive progress. There's another P. Number 2, principles. What are the principles that you are living your life according to? The values that you esteem, right? The morals and the ethics that you live your life by. The things that you would die for rather than break, rather than violate. These codes that you live by. What are they? Have you defined them? Do you know what they are? Can you repeat them in a moment's notice? I can. I have 8 of them I live my life by. 8. I recommend contemplate, meditate, think about this. Think about the men that you respect and honor, and think about the qualities that they have. And then make it a point to develop these qualities within yourself at a very, very high level, and work at this every day. Of course, you're going to falter. None of us are perfect. Another P. It's not about perfection. It's about constant progress, about holding yourself accountable, about being honest, not bullshitting yourself, but progressing, developing, and being able to demonstrate these qualities more and more. And how can you really know when you've demonstrated them or when you have them? It's because when life throws curveballs at you, when things get hard, you rely on these principles. You rely on them. It's how you live your life. This makes a man incredibly powerful and unshakable. Lastly, purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Have you discovered it? Have you asked this question even? Have you started down the path of self-discovery? Why are you here? What were you put on this earth to do or to become? And don't just say, well, I served my purpose, I did that. I had kids, or I have a job that, pays the bills. That's my purpose. No, those things can be part of your purpose, but it has to be deeper than that. It has to be something deeper, more meaningful. It has to serve the world and others, and it has to be ongoing. You can't just say, I did that. I lived my purpose. Now I'm kicking back and enjoying things. You should enjoy your life, yes. But there's no greater enjoyment than knowing that you are 100% on purpose, living your life in alignment with your values, principles. So you don't just have the principles, but your life is in alignment with those principles on all levels. Practice, principles, and purpose. These things will guide you, and they will help you to overcome any challenge. They will never fail you if you invest in them. They will be there for you in your darkest hour, and they will be the fuel that drives your life to the highest peaks. That's the last P I'm going to mention. Take your life to the highest peak. And don't just go there solo. Find purpose and help others to elevate themselves. However that looks in your life, it will be different from mine and different from anyone else. Don't compare to anyone. But see what you can become. Set the bar as high as you possibly can and then reach it. These three will take you there. That's all I got for this video. Thank you for watching. Much love. One more thing, I want you to comment below. Subscribe to this channel if this is speaking to you. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, but most importantly, take this information and do something with it. Do something with it. Make a change. And then I want to hear about it. I want to know, what change did you make and how did this affect your life? If you're stuck, reach out. I'm here to help. I don't just do this for my own ego. I do this because I love to help people. That's my purpose. I love to serve. I love to teach. I love to elevate and instruct and uplift others. That's my purpose. So if you're struggling, reach out. If you're sincere, I am here for you. If you're here to complain, I don't have time for you. Go see the pill doctor. He can listen to you. He's got something for you, not me. I'm speaking to the men who want to elevate. And I love you guys. I'm here for you. You inspire me with your own growth and dedication every day. I will see you soon. Until then. First live video, so got to figure out how to end it. Much love. See you soon.